Hey guys, welcome back to a new video. Today I'm bringing back one of the most requested videos on the channel recently, and that is going to be the best controller settings. Now there's a few new things I have added, and trust me, these controller settings are amazing. Now as you guys know, I haven't played controller in some time, so for this video I did head on back over to controller and show you the better settings over on here and what I believe is the best. Obviously this is going to be personal preference, but these are the settings I do suggest. Now I've talked to a few pro players and a lot of the controller pros do use similar settings to this, so I've sort of done the average, tried them all out, and this is what I have come to. But like I said, if you disagree, that's totally fine. It's not going to be like a subject we all agree on, it's just one of them videos. But if you guys are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, drop a like on today's video because it will help out a lot. And with that said, let's jump straight into it. Massive shout out to Blazing Boost for sponsoring today's video. If you guys are struggling to get anything Destiny 2 related, this is the place to be. Now a lot of sites offer recovs, however these actually offer a Sherpa service which will not get your account banned. Not only that, they do have a Trustpilot with over 31,000 5-star reviews, and if you guys do also use Unstoppable 7 at checkout, you will in fact get a 7% discount. I'll leave a link in the description, and don't forget to use the code at checkout. So for the settings guys, we're going to head on over to controller. Now for these, what we do have, movement controls, we are on default. Now if you guys do play any other sort of setting, it's totally up to what you guys prefer, but default for me is the way I've always played for years, and I do find it best. Now look sensitivity, this is a really crucial one, and to be honest, a lot of people did agree with me on 14. I feel like 14 is the sweet spot, especially if you guys are sort of newer, or if you can master 14, it's really good. Now some of the pro players did say if you can go a little bit higher, but for me I feel like 14 is a safe spot for a lot of you guys watching this video. If you're a top tier player and you can run higher, it does have an advantage obviously turning, but for the best settings I would recommend 14. ADS sensitivity modifier, a lot of people said to leave this on 1, and I do have to agree with them. Basically it's just as you aim in, the sensitivity does stay at 1, and it is a little bit easier to control, especially with like a hand cannon where you're ADSing all the time. Trust me, 1 and 14 is definitely the safest bet. Vertical inversion or horizontal inversion, keep as non-inverted. Auto look centering, now some people had this on, trust me, turn this off. I feel like this is one of the worst things in the game by far for controller players, and that is basically every time you sort of change weapons or anything like that, it'll auto lock you to the center of the screen, and trust me, it does get in your way, and it does turn quite annoying if you guys are not used to it. Now this is a really big one as well, sprint turn scale. Now I believe the default is pretty low, so make sure you turn that on to max, which is 0.8. It's basically when you sprint and then you turn with your right analog stick, it's going to make it even faster, and you'll be able to turn on people a lot quicker, and it's definitely really good setting. Next is controller vibration. Now I'm going to leave this totally your preference, whatever you prefer leave on, it doesn't make that much of a difference. Me personally, I can't play with it off, but there is sort of a scientific thing that players that do play with it off do have a little bit better accuracy, but for me, I've played it with it years, so I do leave it on. Now this one right here, this double press delay, make sure this is on 1. Now this is going to make it a lot easier, so if you're dodging, there's less of a delay to dodge, and dash if you're on Icarus dash, that sort of thing. So they're the best controller settings right there. We'll move on to the button layouts and what we have changed. So most of them are sort of standard, like you reload and that sort of thing. One thing that I did change guys is the Icarus dash, and make sure you guys sort of do have that on press. Having it on press is going to make it a lot easier than having it on double press or long press, because all you have to do is tap it once and you can Icarus dash. Same with the Hunter, that sort of thing. Copy these settings. If you guys need to like pause the video or slow it down, totally do that. I'll go through it really slowly so you guys can see all of them. Most of them are default. A lot of people said to leave them on default, apart from a little few things that I have gone through, and trust me, these are the best settings in the game right there. Moving on to the vehicle, I believe the vehicle is pretty much standard. They're the vehicle settings right there. If you want to change them, you're more than welcome to. And then your emotes are there. One thing I do want to say, guys, is I do use an Elite Series controller. So I do have two paddles. One is jump and one is B. So one is slide. B and A are the paddles on the back. So if you're using a standard controller, these settings will work also. Now, a key tip that I want to add myself is this over. This is only on PC, I believe. But if you head on over to gameplay and then you see vertical location, make sure you do not have console on. Make sure you have PC on. It aims a little bit higher, closer to the head, and trust me, this is going to change your game drastically and make you a better player. So make sure you do have that on. Now, video settings I did cover in a previous video, but I'll show you quickly if you are watching this one. These are the best settings for the performance, in my opinion, and what looks to be the best. If you want the best FPS settings, I've made a full video on that, which will help you if you are a PvP player. But check that video out, I'll leave it in the end screen. And that's pretty much the best controller settings of the Lightfall. Now, this, make sure you guys do leave a like for this video. Let's try and boost it to as many people as we can. And as always, hopefully you guys did enjoy this short but easy sort of settings video. I don't want to take this video and make it too long. They're the settings, try them out for yourself. Trust me, they will work and make you a better player. And with that said, I will catch you in the next one.